Well, hey there, it's me, back with you once again, your very favorite natural, yes, I said natural, internet bodybuilder, the one and only middle-aged natural. And as always, I'm coming to you with 30 plus years of physique constructing experience, or let me rephrase and enhance that a little bit. That's 30 plus years of natural physique constructing experience. And the reason I got to keep emphasizing natural so much is because, once again, I've got to come on here defending my natty status against some attackers, some defamers who are just carrying out some vicious attacks against me in the comment section of my last video, which has actually done very well views-wise and comment-wise and likes-wise. Pretty successful video for me here early on in my YouTube career, but apparently these people are trying to sabotage my YouTube career with these absolutely vicious attacks that are threatening my whole integrity and my whole character and my whole darn career. So let's go ahead and get into this again. I'm not gonna go into this as deeply as I did in the previous video. Just watch that one, because I go over all the ways how I demonstrate that I am natural and how I built my physique naturally over the course of 30 years. But in this one, we'll go back over some brief things. I'll show a few more examples and talk about some different ways how I can demonstrate that I am a natural internet bodybuilder and I do have a natural physique. So let's go ahead and get into this right now. It's gonna be an entertaining video. I'm trying to make it fun for you. Let's check out the whole thing because you're gonna like it and you're gonna see that I am, in fact, natural. Okay, so it all started with this recent video that I put up about crafting an elite natural physique with proportions and things that don't get talked about very often. And as I mentioned before, you can see it's done pretty well for me with over 1,000 views and some very nice comments in there, very complimentary. Most of them were good and complimentary. Some people were questioning for sure if I'm a natural and asking if I can upload my blood work and stuff like that, which I have no problem doing, but not anytime soon while I don't have any following. No point in me doing that if no one knows I exist. But you can see the fake natty comments are in there and the accusations and whatnot. 5 people even liked that comment and he thinks I'm lying here, whoever this fellow is. Even when I told him to watch the video that addresses this, he insists that I'm lying. Now, of course, if I am lying, that's a huge problem since my whole brand is built on being a natural as the middle-aged natural. But I do have to reiterate once again that I've never taken and don't take any of the things you see on the screen there. TRT, steroids, that's injectable or oral, HGH, SARMs, testosterone, all that stuff. Here you can see the most recent post-workout footage, pump footage that I have here in September of 24. This is the physique that I've been able to build naturally, and throughout the video here, we'll be talking about the approach that I've taken toward building this physique, what you see here. Now, as I mentioned in previous videos, I do focus my workouts on getting a really good pump, and I have always gotten a good pump and good blood flow, as you can see there. Here's a history of my physique back in the mid-90s when I was first starting out. Didn't know a whole lot about what I was doing, so I didn't put on a ton of muscle for the first 3 or 4 years that I was working out, especially nutrition-wise with the eating. But you can see by the time the late 90s rolled around, the end of the 90s, I had built a pretty legitimate physique. And then at the turn of the century, for whatever reason, I seem to find myself enamored with extreme bulking. And as you can see here, I did take bulking to an extreme through just a ridiculous amount of force feeding and overeating purposely. And you can see there, I didn't really care too much about an aesthetic physique, if you even want to call that a physique. If you look at these two pictures side by side, it might look like someone who just kind of let themselves go. That's definitely not what happened here. I was lifting the whole time and I was getting as big as I could purposely. So you can see that the difference there is quite extreme. I don't know what the poundage difference was, but I kept going even all the way up into the later part of that decade, the end of that decade, and all through the 2010s. I was just eating myself into oblivion, basically. You can see there how big I got. And this was through extreme force feeding. And I was doing this with no regard for having abs or aesthetics or anything, just trying to see how big I can get. I bulked up to well over 230 pounds for a while there. And it wasn't until the 2020s when I started figuring, well, let me see how it could maybe start looking if I leaned out a bit. And it wasn't until 2023, you can see there that I really decided to go for it and get as shredded as I could. And I got myself down into single-digit body fat there. At a height of 5'9.5", my morning weight with minimal clothing on was in the mid-180s. And this is the leanness, basically, that I've been able to keep up for this whole time from the late summer of 2023 all the way up here until the fall of 24, where we're at now. Here you see some footage with no pump from February of 24. Here you can see some more recent footage from the summer. So you can see that I went through a prolonged dad bod phase, which helped me to add a bunch of extra muscle, which looks a lot more impressive now that I'm lean. But of course, genetics plays a factor in all this too, so let's head back to the high-flying 80s, and you can take a look at the genetics that I have. They are to be thin and lean, and but with the one body part that I did have naturally without ever having worked them or even knowing what they are was calves. And physique aficionados such as Greg Doucette do insist that calves are a good genetic indicator of potential muscle building.
Up next, we have Lynch, and Lynch is in high school. Look at the guy's legs. In particular, look at the calves. Guys who are mesomorphs typically have great calf muscles. If you have great calves, biceps, quads, and so on, you are very likely to put on muscle. Guys who have great calves to begin with, they're going to have amazing calves after they start lifting weights. They have amazing calves even when they were teenagers. You can see the muscles in his calves, and although his arms aren't very big, they are in fact very lean. And so after 7 years of training, and I do believe he's in fact natural, you can see the results of his hard work.
So you can see there the natural physique of Lynch, who's only been working out for 7 years. Now keep in mind, I've been working out for 30 years, 23 years longer, or more than 4 times longer than Lynch. So it shouldn't be too much of a stretch to accept that I have been a lifetime natural. What I've done here is build a physique that is longevity based and is also respected by and relevant to younger generations, Gen Zers and millennials. And those are the things that I teach on this channel. If you follow my videos, you can do this too, and I guarantee it.
You look like a dilf. You're fine though. Oh my gosh. Wait, what are you gonna find?
Now, I'm not saying you'll look like me. Everyone has different genetics, but you will be able to exceed your expectations of a natural physique if you follow the things I teach on this channel, bulking and cutting principles, and shaping and sculpting and targeting your muscle groups to build an aesthetic, balanced, proportioned physique. These are all the things that I teach on my videos here on the M.A.N. channel, and these are things that you want to follow. So, as opposed to getting upset at someone on the internet demonstrating their naturalness, what you could do with all this information is take it, use it as motivation and assistance in helping you to build and perfect your own aesthetic physique. And so, there's no need to stress or get upset. You can rest in the calmness of your mind, knowing that you can do this and even more, while staying 100% natural. Don't listen to the naysayers who say it's impossible to do this while staying natural. Don't feel pressured to use that needle because you can build a mind-blowing physique that is natural. I am here to show the masses what is possible to achieve while staying natural. Have the peace of mind of retaining the health benefits of staying natural. Maintain your youthfulness and prolong your longevity by staying natural. Like a cool ocean breeze on a warm summer day, I'm here to bring you peace, for I am the middle-aged natural.